No music, nothing.
No, this
live, bro.
This
no music.
with the hustle live stream, I think it's best if we just hang out.
Yep.
Like there's no formality to this. It's just uploaded to Adam's Twitter account, and we're hanging in, and we're going to be playing around with Hustle.
Let's bring up the Hustle, man. What's up with him, man?
I will in a second. I'm posting here.
Got the
I'm
hustle.
posting here. I think this is the first time we've had 4 people. We had Connor on chain last time, and I think we blew his mind. What do you think of that? What do you think of that show? I'd never met Connor before, actually. What do you think of the show?
I thought it was awesome. I talked to Connor many times. I mean, we go back and forth. Especially when we were Onchain Revolution, he would hit me up all the time and ask me questions about what I thought about this and that and stuff because he was just getting into it. And then I would come back to him and be like, "Yeah, what the hell is this DeFi protocol you're talking about?" So we had a good back and forth for probably over like 6 months. He's been a really good dude.
Fuck yeah, Adam. What did you think? Oh, before the stream, I actually sold our stick position as well. I don't know if you remember that one.
What? No way.
It literally.
Stick,
it went straight to
hold
zero.
that baby.
It went straight to zero, dude. It was we put half a soul in. I sold it for 0.04 soul or something.
So you sold it just to get some breadcrumbs at the end.
Just to kind of, it was more just to kind of clean off the account because last time we had to use Adam's old ass computer.
Yep.
Because my desktop was compromised. All right, so you posted in the chat. Yep. Come hang.
How high did the stick get? Did it like hit like a 10x first, and you guys were like, "We're gonna retire off of this"?
No, I don't think stick really went up at all. It was kind of like it was one of these super short-lived,
Mm-hmm.
I forget who posted it. Autism Capital.
Autism Capital.
A picture of a stick. And Stick Nation is huge. I don't know if you guys see it on like TikTok and stuff. Like it's big. But
really
shit about that. Yeah, you don't know Stick Nation, bro?
No, it's
all right. So what this is you find a stick in the woods and you like post TikTok about it, like Stick Nation, look at my stick. And usually it's like a funny stick or a stick that looks like a heart or an angel or something. This dude, he just posted just a stick. It was funny, dude. It was funny for like 5 minutes.
Once we get to 100 viewers, I'm gonna turn on Hustle. We're at 61 who've tuned in an hour, scrolled by the video. I think last time we ended up with like 700 or something like that by the end of it.
Iago, tell us about last time what you learned. So Hustle, if he picked a token that was wrong basically for you last time. You were looking for one and he picked the wrong one, bought the wrong one for you.
Yeah, so this was actually, I think, like my first time really diving in, and he actually picked a winner for me. I was up about 60%. It was the Valet token, which was it was a wannabe virtuals kind of, and it was like everybody was like buying into it. It got to like 1.8 million or something like that, and I was like, I want more like before, like, and I basically clicked on buy virtuals, or it was called Valet, and the second purchase was not the same Valet because how the scammers are. They'll try to duplicate something that's got some momentum there. And so I started realizing, okay, until that part gets ironed out, just grab the contract of the legit one. You can tell him to buy that directly in the chat. He'll do that because you have the contract there, the contract number, or manually do it. And so that's what I did. So
makes sense.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So last time, let me see if I can get this. Let's put a.
I mean, he's usually pretty good. Like I've seen when, if I'm buying tents or what, I think I bought some tent when I made a video today on what's coming on with limit orders, right? And I said, hey, place a limit order on TNSR, and he was like, since we've talked about TNSR before, I'm going to use this contract address, right? Even though there are multiple TNSR tokens, right? So he's pretty good, but yeah, you still got to check.
Yeah. Well, he learns you more and more you talk to him, right? And
sure.
within that session at least, or is it going to carry over to multiple sessions?
Yeah,
eventually?
carry over for multiple sessions.
Gotcha.
For sure. Yep, for sure. It's interesting. I did see once we have fully automated trading up, I've been grabbing people's strategies. People, I don't know if you see on the timeline, people will pull out and type out their like entire like strategy. And I think it'll be really cool to be able to just pop those into Hustle and see how he does with them. You know?
Yeah.
I told him to give everyone a warm welcome, as he always does. Let's see if he remembers. We haven't used this account for a little while. It's been like a week, I think, since we used this account. So let's see how he responds.
So Adam, that was interesting. You brought that up. Like if some, he can kind of play off of people's strategies. Do you guys ever maybe vision like a time where there's like popular, like successful strategies that people can kind of template and say, hey, use one of these top ones?
I think all of anything that like that is going to be very short lived.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very, very short lived. I think, the kind of alpha or anything like that is going to be because you found a little thing that works, and it's just
you don't want to share it.
It's a little thing that works, man. And you work it until it doesn't work. Like that's usually what trading is, right? Yeah. Until somebody else figures, oh, look, he's doing that. They copy you, and then what that little edge you had is kind of over. And I think one of the cool things about Hustle is it gives you that, he's a much bigger brain, much wider kind of aperture to be able to take in information, and he can kind of expose you to things that, smooth brains like us would never even think of, right? And so I think that's kind of for the average Joe trader, this is like it's going to be like a little bit of a superpower here, I think.
It definitely is. I don't have the time to sit on Photon, or do I have the attention span? To be honest, I don't think my attention is as fried as most of the Zoomers who just sit there and click buttons on Photon all day. But Hustle says the Hustle Zone is live again. What's up, legends? We are back. He's hyped to have Adam and I back, and with some serious firepower with Yago and Shizzy from Onchain Revolution. He says that the revolution isn't just being televised, it's being blockchain verified in real time. So Mod Ranger says the easiest low-hanging fruit is cloning certain token launches. So actually, we put a little announcement today about some of our upcoming features. I was testing today. I put on my account at JakeGallen_, the toying around with order limits, which was pretty cool. I actually had a 50% win with him. Okay. I was combining him finding momentum-based strategy with freshly launched tokens and placing a 15% order limit from wherever he thought was best. And so he placed 2 order limits, and within 30 seconds, the order limit was hit, and then it popped back up. And so I sold it for it put 0.5 SOL and ended up with 0.8 SOL or 0.9 SOL. Nice. And that was a lot. That was literally a 10-minute process. So it was pretty cool. Worked really well. We do have DCA that we're testing as well. So that's generally for larger orders. So you say take $1,000 and DCA into this token 10 times or 20 times over XYZ time period. Seems to be working really well. And actually, I have to test this after the stream, launching pump fund tokens on the platform.
Wow.
That might be who is it? Mod Ranger here is saying easiest low-hanging fruit is cloning certain token launches. I don't know if he means when a pump fund token's going off, you just create the secondary, like we talk about. You just
and dump on them.
They automatically jump, and you just get out when it pumps, 30% or so. It's probably true. I know we know there are guys who do that all day long.
So what we did, and I saw the devs, the fart version. So what the devs did today with the fart guy or fart girl. So with Hustle, first in the Pump Fund mini app that I have open here on the left-hand side, where it says newly created, about to graduate, recently graduated, the left of it will say deploy. And so you could do it manually, but you can also do it manually with Hustle. If you include the image URL, you can also include the Twitter, the Telegram, and any other links.
Yeah, all the links that Pump Fund lets you kind of add in if you want to do a legit token launch for sure.
Yeah, you can include that actually in the in the prompt, and he'll launch it pretty successfully. Let's see. Maybe I'll tease it to you guys. Should we tease it here?
Let's do it. I want to
do
see
it.
it.
Wait, are we launching a token right now, bro?
No, I'm gonna show the. I'm gonna show the. This is the preview of launching a Pump Fund token. So you can see that's the image of the cat.
Yeah.
He posted it, and
wow.
that's the token itself. So you can see that's the transaction. He's just kind of going through and showing everything, but you can see that it was called Meow, the token, and he literally did it successfully through Agent Hustle. So if everyone wants to go ape Meow, maybe we'll even buy Meow.
Oh boy, you better go buy some
Right?
now. Somebody, go ahead and buy that one because people on the stream are gonna buy.
I'm gonna go buy it right now. That's gonna be the one.
Yeah. Go buy some right meow.
All right.
Perfect time.
That's it, man.
Yeah, so that is coming as well. I think that'll be pretty fun because you can clone things, like he said, if you want to. You can we was that with Connor? Was that the one beforehand where we were asking Agent Hustle for different names for tokens, and they were all like horrific. They were terrible.
That was with Connor. I think
it was like dad joke names.
I think we were in a bad hustle stream there. It was like you can basically, there behind the scenes, there are ways you can pick different versions or different levels of hustles engagement, different LLMs in the back end. And I think we might have been in the bad version of hustle at that time.
Hustle has expired.
With that one.
Yeah,
dude, retard finders at 90 million. We had like bought that. It was at like a few $1 million on here.
Oh my
we just held it.
Damn.
We had just held it. So what are you guys feeling for the stream today?
Well, I wanted to kind of go back to that situation that you were talking about where you I think you made around like a 60-70% gain. It seemed like a conditional situation. What was the prompt? Like, what did you say? Take a certain percentage. You said you in 10 minutes you made that, like you turned 0.5 Sol into 0.8. That's the thing that really I would utilize the most, because like when I do this stuff, like I just get too greedy. I want to be able to do like the clips and stuff off of certain safe stuff. So maybe if you could explain how you did that.
Yeah, let me see if I could just find the video. Might be easier, to be honest. Yeah, so this is the video. Let me move us over to the side. Oops. Let's move us over to the side. So this is slower, right? This is a kind of a 5-minute video. But basically why is this not loading?
It's playing.
Yeah, so setting up a DCA with 1 Sol. Again, this is us testing, so this isn't live. But I was asking him to set up 1 Sol for a trending token that I think I said was going to 2x or something in the next 48 hours, and wanted to see what he was going to say. And so it's a 5-minute video, so I'll kind of just talk through it. And I'm really kind of just experimenting with what's really possible. Because one of the next tools we're going to be building as well as a copy trader and wallet watcher. So kind of something that could be interesting is you have Hustle just analyze all the wallets and just say which wallet has the best performance over the last 24 hours. And then you just say, copy that wallet. Right? Like, to me, that seems like that's what we're building next. Right. That one is a lot more complicated. I've learned on the back. There's a lot more stuff that happens on the back end that has to be tracked. So limit order DCA are the ones that precede it. And so I'm really kind of testing to see like what you can do with that. And if you learn kind of Hustle's trading styles, then you you can have an advantage. So like what I had to learn through some of these streams with Adam and Hustle is that when he finds a lot of momentum tokens, sometimes they'll drop another 10 or 15% before they actually continue to trend upwards. So you'll see here on this tester video that I basically say set 2 DCAs 15% below the market price in each order. What is this?
Yeah, so this is one. So what I This was actually who was this? Oh, Easy. This was like he put in like what his kind of standard strategy is. So that's his about to graduate strategy. And this is his graduated strategy. So I thought it's an interesting kind of relatively simple way to, where we could, where you could, like, this is a strategy. It may work sometimes. It may, work very, just depending on the day or the time or what the market is. But this is like a simple way for somebody like me to be able to see, oh, this is interesting, where you can, take these numbers and, tweak them as you see fit, but kind of give you a base of like, how an experienced meme coin trader kind of looks at like what kind of filters they're looking for, in pump fund tokens.
Makes sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I actually have some ideas on that. So you'll see here through the prompting, I basically ask him for recommendation. And then this is all through prompting. I ask him to show the chart. So then he comes up and he shows the chart. So anything you do in the mini apps on the left-hand side, you could do through the prompting. And so I looked at it and I saw this and I was like, this might go a little bit lower. So I come in and I say DCA with 1 SOL. I think I said 2 purchases at 15% decreases, I think is what I say, something like this. I did this earlier today. Just as I was kind of testing with the devs to see. So, spread across 2 orders, 1 SOL. And he ends up just doing it all automatically. And the sell isn't on here because I ended up selling like 10 minutes later or 20 when it just kept going up.
Yeah.
After the DCA's hit. And it was perfect. It was like a giant whipsaw down and then just went right back up. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool because now I actually don't have, I can look at the token, he can identify it, and then I can look at it and say, hey, if I think it's going to go lower, set it, and then kind of forget it. The next obviously is selling it, right?
Yeah.
Or having him automatically sell it.
So that's what, so that's what I would love if that could happen, because then I could kind of just do my thing. I'm thinking as like the laziest possible way for like.
Don't worry, me too.
I want Agent Hustle to like work for me for free. No, I'm just kidding. But this is really cool because you're using Hustle here as a tool. What I just saw, basically, you're saying, "Hey, look, give me all the information I want." You looked at the charts and you kind of used a little bit of your intuition too, and said, "Hey, I think it could go a little bit lower." And you end up making about 60%. Was what it seemed on this.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So he even sets up a strategy, right? He gives you kind of one, and he'll give you kind of this estimation, right? First order 15% below. So he comes in and says like this different type of strategies, and then I'll come in and I come in and say something, and then he's kind of setting it up, and then you're good, right? And then you kind of watch it, and so. Having these kind of tool, I think, is literally a superpower in the trenches. Like I'm sure Pump Fund will probably end up trying to build something like this as well. So you can see here, the first order, both orders are set. He put it as a, let's see, and you can see kind of the confirmation there as I come in and click on it to make sure that it was actually working. So, it's cool.
Quick question. If Pump Fund came to Emma Vault and said, "Give me a number. We want to slingshot you guys." Can we see that?
Me, man?
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, honestly, for me though, it's like I've thought of that, dude. Because you think about it, what are the kind of teams that are killers, bro? They're straight killers, man. It's like I give them all the credit in the world, man. All the credit.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree as well. So Mod Ranger says, who do you compete with? I would say the other big platforms in the DeFi AI sector are Wayfinder, Hanon, Griffin, us, and Banker. There's probably a few others that are out there as well. We've seen that Magic Eden said that they're building something. Mintify said they're building something. Robinhood said they're building something, right? It was kind of all happened towards the end of last month. I think it was the holy shit moment for everyone.
Yep.
Yeah. They're just like, oh crap, dude, we are way behind on this.
Is anybody like at the level of you guys though?
I would say.
Well, go ahead, Jake.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think Hey Anon is like the closest to what we have. You know, I've watched a couple of his streams, and you know, both of us we're trying to get kind of to the same place. And you know, they're a little bit more cross-chain than we are right now, but I know that's going to change fast. But I think ours works a little bit smoother than theirs does right now. Haven't really seen anything from Wayfinder yet. I mean, people are like, "Oh, I'm in the beta and I love it," but it's like I haven't seen any videos of people just doing stuff, right? Which tells me it's like, why am I not seeing videos of people doing stuff if it's like working? But I don't know. It could be working, but certainly they crushed the tokenomics. You know, they had a really, you know.
I think they raised 10
dominated the
million on their
timeline.
ICO.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is, Anon says they're burning $1 million a month, which is kind of crazy. He has
Did
16.
he really say that, dude?
He said he has 16 developers. Yeah,
Oh my god,
working on it, which
For
is
just costs.
which is pretty crazy because I would say our platforms are pretty similar, and we have literally an eighth of that.
Yeah.
Working on the platform full time.
I'm curious how much Danny is paying Danny. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
$1.2 million.
we're burning $1 million a month, and I'm only making $850, dude. What the hell?
He's probably like, we need to cut costs, and everybody's looking at him.
Not my cost, bro. Not my cost.
The cool thing, right? You could come in and you could kind of like ask for stats. We try to do a lot of this kind of crossover experience where you have these like pre-generated prompts because a lot of people still, you know, I do this as well. Still, you're not really sure what to do at times. So this kind of stuff helps. It gives people kind of an understanding of how to go about it, how to create the stats. Some ideas I have, which I think are kind of fun, is maybe creating like a strat or a prompt mini app where people can like submit their own strategies and prompts for people to use. Maybe get like a revenue share on the platform or something like that. Kind of like a Wayfinder. Because that's what people want. It ends up becoming, I'm already seeing this happening. It's essentially, what is the prompt, bro? Is kind of like, what's the CA, which is kind of like what NFTs are we sweeping? That's kind of like what it's going to be next cycle. Is just tell me the prompt, man. What is it? Give me the strategy. But for you guys, I'm curious, what do you guys want to do?
What do you think is better? Just my opinion, longer prompts or shorter prompts? What gets Hustle to kind of get your thought process better? A real thought out one or something real quick? Because I've noticed sometimes with ChatGPT, like the shorter the prompt, the better the result.
Yeah. Typically, that's what I see.
I don't know, man. Bratoshi does like literally fucking essays with his prompts, and he seems to be finding a lot of winners, like tons. I'm generally short. I generally will do like 2 or 3 sentences, and I'll just kind of go back and forth with him multiple times to kind of really refine it. Some people I've seen do like different trading strategies where they're like, use the MACD and the Stotch to, you know, tell me, you know, when it hits the fucking Fibonacci retracement, and, you know, combine it with the Mercury being in retrograde, and you know, tell me if it's going to go up.
They're using Hustle for this?
Yeah.
Wow.
I honestly, somebody told me, it came to me, he's like, does he work with reading chart indicators? I was like, I don't think so. And then they sent me a screenshot of him apparently using chart indicators. I was like, I didn't even know he could do that. So people find new shit all the time with it.
So how far are you guys away from like the copy trading thing? Because that's definitely something I'm interested in too.
Probably a few.
Trying to copy.
I'm trying to copy the winners.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Hustle's like tracking a wallet that has consistently been up 2,000% for the past month, let me copy that wallet, and I'm gonna go to sleep and say, just don't be the last one out.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about copy prompt? Like, if there's something to where like
interesting.
this prompt kind of made this guy 50% in the last 10 minutes, like copy prompt would be pretty cool.
Copy prompt, dude, that's a good idea. Let's ask him. Let's ask him, see what he says. What's your opinion on building a copy prompt tool?
Like, if there was like a way you could go to maybe the little tab that says like winning prompts, and whatever prompt that Hustle made the most money on is like the top one. and you could just
that put it out.
and if then I make 15% on that same prompt, it just keeps showing
Yeah.
the winnings. That'd be something crazy.
Trades and share that with the users of the platform. That's a good idea. Copy prompt is kind of cool. I've seen people talk about tokenizing prompts in different capacities.
What?
It's kind of
Damn.
interesting. Yeah, I've seen some people talking about ZK prompts, which is also kind of interesting. Which is
Zero knowledge prompts. How does that work?
yeah, so it's this idea of like being able to share the prompt with people, but not letting them know what the exact prompt is. Because the idea is if everyone's using the same prompt, then obviously it's not an edge anymore.
Yeah.
But there's
So they
also
have to figure it out.
there's also this other theory where, I mean, if you have 5,000 people using the same prompt for the same token, then obviously the token's just going to continue to go up, right? It's like 5,000 people market buying the same token.
So that kind of goes along the lines of people are saying like Frank from DGods is like getting obliterated right now because he's not public with like his account anymore, and then only a couple people are like following it. But when he was telling everybody what he was doing, everybody's copying it, and so like number go up, and he's a genius trader, right? So I mean that definitely could work to where it's like everybody just copies each other.
So he says prompt library for alpha hunters. That's cool. I love the idea. Why this could be game changing. Pattern recognition at scale. We'd essentially be creating a living library of what actually works, not just what people think works. That doesn't lie. Democratized alpha. Continuous improvement engine. The system would get smarter with every trade. The best prompt rise to the top, creating a flywheel effect. And community force multiplier. Imagine hundreds of traders improving the same set of prompt templates rather than everyone reinventing the wheel. Implementation considerations. I'd structure it with tags for market conditions, token types, and risk profiles. Each prompt could have performance metrics attached, win rate, average ROI, etc. The edge factor, what makes this particularly powerful is that it creates a feedback loop between the human intuition and AI execution. Humans spot opportunities in refined language, while I handle the pattern recognition across thousands of trades. So you may have just come up with the $1 billion idea for a prompt library for alpha hunters.
I was thinking, just because that prompt bought, let's just say, Shiba, doesn't mean it's going to buy it again, because now Shiba potentially could be a lot higher. So it would go after the next coin that kind of fits the
opportunity,
the prompt, right? The opportunity. So it would potentially keep finding the next opportunity because the prompt is just being used to kind of as a wheel, right? Because it's kind of catapulting one coin, but now the coin doesn't fit the criteria of the prompt anymore. So it could potentially like form a wheel of opportunity.
I like it. I mean, it kind of goes into this conversation that I've had with a bunch of people of, is it a good thing if everyone's using the same prompt or not? I don't think it hasn't been really tested or not tested at all, right? But then it's on the most simple version again, right? It's such a good parallel, copy trade and copy prompt. Like, is copy trade good for everyone? For some people, right?
Yeah. The guy's coming early, the Ponzi guy, the number one, right? Well, the copy prompt doesn't mean you're going to get the same coins. So either,
no,
right?
No, but copy prompt, like prompting is a skill set. Like I do truly believe that, right? So you, like whether you're doing it to build out like really high quality content, or getting Hustle to do exactly what you want in an most efficient way. So I do think that but because it's not copy wallet, you can kind of be more flexible with it. So I like it.
Yeah, and you can add on, subtract stuff. Like you don't need the same exact. You can take the benefits of the prompt and kind of structure it to your own.
Let's ask him. I'm gonna ask him what the negative impacts potentially could be of this. The shadow side of copy prompt. Herd behavior amplification. If everyone follows the same winning prompts, we could inadvertently create coordinated market movements that look suspiciously like pump and dump.
I don't know how it's a bad thing. I like that.
I like coordinated pumps, bro.
In a bull market, it will work very well. But the bear market, everybody's going to start calling each other scammers.
Strategy dilution. So what is this? Strategy dilution. Trading edges often deteriorate with widespread adoption. Yeah. So the edge depreciates or deprecates. False confidence, intellectual property concerns. Interesting. I didn't think about that corner. Oversimplification of trading. Trading success requires understanding market context, risk, and timing. A copy prompt feature might create a dangerous illusion that trading is just finding the right words to say to an AI. I feel like that's kind of what's happening, right?
Yeah.
And then dependency culture. We might inadvertently foster a community of traders who can't think independently and become reliant on other strategies. That's already happening with meme coins, right?
Fucking, dude, we're just a bunch of herded animals.
This is what meme coins are, dude. What's the person's dog, right? Like this kind of thing, like following Ansem for everything. That's kind of already the big herd mentality. So we could implement time delays before sharing prompts. Often require opt-in for prompt sharing, anonymized sources. That's the ZK prompts. Or create a contribution-based system where you share to receive. That'd be kind of cool. Interesting.
Oh, I like that. Share to receive. Yeah. So, if you can't just be only grabbing everybody's prompts, you're gonna have to, contribute to the whole
Well,
thing.
this is like one idea we're thinking about is, so with like automated trading, what we like to call it AFK trading, away from keyboard trading, is what Hustle does is he's basically creating trading strategies with you to automate based off of, XYZ kind of requirements. And then he stores it in his memory so that you can pull it out at any time. So you can say, hey, right, I want the copy prompt strategy. I want the copy trader strategy. I want the retire bloodline strategy. I want the MACD Stotch crossover strategy or whatever. And so you can create these with them. And if you can upload it to, let's say, a mini app, where then the user, whoever created it, can get a share of that trading strategy. Maybe it's good. The issue though is once the prompt is out in the wild, so you can anonymize it initially by just putting a percentage, right? You say this trading strategy has a 60% hit rate. But once you put that prompt into the prompt box, the user can see what the prompt is. So then you can kind of just continually use it over and over.
There would be a way to hide that, fully hide the prompt. But even still, people will be able to figure out what it is,
Yeah, that's kind of the part of it. But
imagine an alpha group where you go through and it's like prompts. And like I'm charging $50 a month for like winning prompts.
Cool. Do we want to find some tokens? Do we want to
do it?
What are we thinking? Do we want some let's see. Let's first ask them what
dog coins, because like dog got listed on Moonshot today. So I'm kind of feeling like a little
some copy dog Solana coins.
know, man. Maybe
with Connor Onchain, we were looking at Black Mirror coins because like Black Mirror come out Thursday.
That's right.
Did that token ever go up, Adam? You still holding that?
I have no idea.
Was it Sex Rock? I think it was.
That's right.
Sex Rock from Thursday.
Sex Rock. That's right. Yeah.
So Mod Ranger says, let's say part of the prompt has already been prompted 20 minutes ago. Instead of using your own tokens, you could buy their output. Yeah, that's like kind of what the strategy is, right? Or I guess so if the prompt's been prompted 20 minutes ago, that's the input. So instead of using your own tokens, you buy the output. So you take their kind of the strategy of it. Hot dog coins.
Furnification.
Dog with hat. Furification. Scuba dog. Walter the farting dog.
Oh, I gotta get some Walter, man, or some fart dog.
Walter the farting dog and Super Puppy.
Doge AI. Oh my god.
Retarded dog coin. RDC. He said Yago and Shizzy, any of these catch your eye on the stream today for showing particularly strong momentum with 9,000 holders already. The what if Solana was a fur logo concept is simple but effective, and it's generating
the first pop. Actually, for a lot of fur stuff happened on the timeline today. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, because the furry logos.
Not sure what that's all about, but there's definitely been furry. Fur has been the thing of the day on the timeline for sure.
Yeah. Well, I just asked on my hustle for some pump fund tokens, and it pulled up a couple. Chicken jockification.
Oh, bro, chicken jockey's huge, bro, and so chicken jockification.
Jockify.
Jockify.
That's the ticker, Jockify. So I would do like a simple prompt, and that's how it found me with LA. I would do something like, please find me some promising pump fund tokens that can take off. I'm literally just like, like a first grader with it, but it found me
Hey,
before.
it works.
Yes, sir. So what do you think? And which one do we want to look into?
What's
Let's
the
look
top
into
one?
that part.
Certification?
Fur?
Okay,
For
yeah, the fur.
certification, that top one, bro?
3.35.
I've learned you never fade his top pick, man. What's
It's
that
all
top
his
pick?
really?
usually. Let's say, tell us more about fur.
Kind of digging super puppy, suppy.
Okay, tell us more about fur and suppy.
Suppy.
Give us
That'd be cool, but give us a
on-chain and
breakdown between the two.
compare and contrast.
Oh, that's
Also, your opinions and suggestions. So tell us more about fur and suppy. Give us on-chain and off-chain metrics. Compare and contrast. Also, your opinions and suggestions. Just tell me the ticker, bro. Just tell me the ticker. What am I buying? Damn, up to 500 people who have now tuned in 36 minutes. So
Ooh,
hello
nice,
to the
guys.
500 of you. We're with the Onchain Revolution, guys. Congrats also on the brand change. What do you guys think now about it? What are you, about a month in or 2 months in?
What are we? A month and a half, 2 months in already?
Yeah,
Goodness.
about 2 months. It's time's flying, dude. Time's flying. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been good. It's allowed us to kind of engage with different audiences a little bit, kind of bring in newer people. We're definitely noticing in our chats anyway that we're getting people that we've never seen before. People coming in like asking us about XRP, and then I gotta kill them, and I apologize for it, but but no, I don't know. It's been good so far. I'm curious your opinion, Yago.
Yeah, I feel like it was the right change. Susie had been kind of talking to me about it for a while, and every idea wasn't hitting until one day he brought up On-Chain Revolution, and it was a subtle kind of logo. We didn't have to change the logo much, just kind of the wording, but it's been great. We've been able to onboard and teach people about the Bitcoin ecosystem too, that are from like Cardano, ICP, because as you guys have noticed recently, that's starting to become kind of the Bitcoin
Yeah.
because they're servicing runes and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
exciting.
And I was pitching him ideas like every day, and he would shoot them down, and just like, nah, that's not it. So one day it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, I'm just looking at something, and I see on-chain. I'm like, oh, this is it. And I was so excited the next day to get him, and I was like, he's gonna hate it. He's gonna hate it. And then he loved it. And then 2 weeks later, we're Onchain Revolution.
Yeah, it was getting a little depressing just being in the Bitcoin ecosystem talking for a little while. Everyone's
There was nothing to
eating
talk
each other alive. Like I don't want to be TMZ where I just have to comment on why everyone hates each other.
The biggest problem was like, so I do the headlines in the morning. I get the entire show, kind of get ready with the headlines and stuff, and like it was so hard. Like I was like, it was like seriously like trying to get like water from a rock. Like there was nothing. I would spend 2 hours sometimes, and I'd get like 6 headlines, and then next thing I know, we're doing all macro because that's the only thing I could find. And then
Wait, dude, give me the TLDR on all the hacks that I saw over the last like day.
All the Bitcoin ones?
Yeah, what's up?
48 hours, 3 runes platforms, of course, because of the way Bitcoin's limitations is. These are scaling solutions or scaling layers, right? Whether it's 2 ICP tech stacks and 1 kind of centralized DEX, right, with runes DEX. But it was a fishy in 48 hours, 3 platforms that service runes. So, there's some conspiracy theory out there that. How about him, man? I don't want to give that dude credit for anything, man. But anyways, maybe there's competitors. Look, Hyperliquid has gotten attacked. I know that's a totally different scale of like liquidity and capital, but who knows? There's a lot of, I think, like seeds planted for runes, and people aren't paying attention. So there was a I don't know if you guys saw the post from 99 Bitcoins, but that's a pretty reputable like source, right? I mean, they've been around forever, and they said that they are hearing that Binance has finished their infrastructure for supporting runes. So I think there's going to be a movement, man, for runes, and you have Funky Bit, you have Odin, you have Runes Dex, you have a new one just came out, Radfi, Rich Swap. I'm telling you, there's going to be about 20 to 30 platforms servicing Bitcoin runes.
What happened? So what happened with Bob? Was it? I saw something. It was like 10 wallets affected. His account was hacked, but then it looked like somebody else was hacked or something.
It was a third-party smart contract, which just sounds not great in general. But like they were able to access his account and 10 other accounts within the Odin system, because it works pretty much like Hyperliquid, where you deposit into Odin like you would deposit USDC into Hyperliquid. They have custody, and you do what you do, and you get out. So,
yeah. But the biggest problem was there wasn't two-factor, right? I think this is good. Everything that's happened over the last like 3 days is actually really good for runes, because I think it really gets people to really start thinking about their security, right? It really gets people to really start thinking about, if I'm going to custody funds with people, I need to take this to another level. I need to make sure two-factor is on. I need to make sure a bunch of testing is done before just letting these platforms go. And I think we're going to get that now. I think we're going to get actual people starting to really think and open up to security. And this could have been Binance, right? Kind of testing out before they go live with runes, just kind of testing it all out and kind of saying where the holes are.
Yeah. I don't think they would actually take.
Well, it might have been not Binance, but like some white hat hackers that work for them to kind of like go test out the flaws in runes, make sure that when we launch these things that we're not going to get hit by anything,
And they cut all the ties to them, though. They're just like,
first and foremost, before we continue, I do want to hear more about Bitcoin. What do you guys think of this chart? This is the FUR chart. This is on the 15-minute.
That looks pretty.
Doesn't it look pretty good?
That looks pretty, yeah. I mean, for how long it's lived.
FUR, bro.
He said, so the other one, he said, literally looks like a rug, was his assessment.
Oh,
this token, super puppy. This token displays all red flags of an extremely early and potentially abandoned token. Not much. So he says his recommendation for a live stream: consider for high risk, high reward short term play. He says for Sapi, just avoid it entirely. So we can potentially buy some FUR here, or we can look for some other comparable type things.
I mean, it's at 1.3.5. I'm looking at it here. It's at $3.5 million market cap.
Yeah. But today it took off, I'm sure, right? Because of all the FUR things. And
I mean, there's zero. This is like, no, this is dead by tomorrow. 100%.
Yeah.
You think so?
I mean, the longest is maybe an extra day. It might pump a little bit more, but like, I haven't seen anything go longer than 2 days. That's new.
FURification, man. That's what we said about Retard Finder. It's what we said about Buckazoids on here.
Right. I knew Buckazoids is still, bro.
Dude, you guys didn't think Retard Finder was a long-term hold? I mean, that's like a 4-year hold, guys.
Paper-handed that shit, man. Jesus Christ. Thankfully, we're playing with super small money here with Hustle, so there's no bad feelings when you
I am seeing people starting to trade with more volume when I'm looking through some of the transactions on the platform. Seems like people are starting to get a little bit more confident.
Yeah. I will say the FUR chart does look good for maybe another like 30% upswing before it dies altogether, because that chart does look pretty good in terms of the pullback, but like you're gonna roll the dice here to see one more like 30, 40, 50% uptick.
Yeah, with Retard Finder, I just have so many good meme ideas. Like just having like somebody with a metal detector on like, but like some people in crypto, like what I mean.
Let's see. So I asked him how much we should buy. It's been running a little slow today. Maybe he's just thinking a lot.
I mean, you guys have been working him hard, bro.
We have, dude. There's 300 prompts an hour. It's like the average. That's with like about 500 active weekly users. So it's not even like anything insane, but still there's a lot of people using them.
So let's say like the runes ecosystem takes off or whatever, like by Q4, and there's these like, meme launch pads that we were talking about. Would it be, should people expect like Hustle to be able to work with those environments and platforms too, or?
Yeah, I personally want to add the Bitcoin ecosystem next once this is perfected in like a month and a half, too. It's much easier to integrate EVM because EVM is just like everything
Yeah.
is kind of all the API services are all nicely packaged. It's easier to build with. So I'm actually we were having this conversation internally. When you're looking at the other competitors in the DeFi AI space, a lot of them are just EVM or started with EVM and are now coming to Solana. We started with Solana and we're going to expand to Bitcoin and EVM. The other ones aren't even considering Bitcoin. And Solana is much more difficult to build on just because the infrastructure is not right. It's a new ecosystem. So it's going to take them a little bit longer to penetrate. And what I'm starting to see in the AI space is a lot of EVM services. I've had 2 different conversations in the last 2 days with teams who are building DeFi AI EVM tools that you just basically plug into your ecosystem. I've not seen anything for that on Solana so far. So I'm kind of glad we came in, started building here first and then to expand. But I would like to be the first AI agent kind of platform, or one of the first. I'm sure there's probably a few out there, to where we can optimize Agent Hustle for runes and for ordinals and for counterparty.
Yeah.
Those are probably the 3 main ones.
Well, and if Arch does in fact take off, right, with momentum, it probably wouldn't be too much of a lift for you guys since it is Rust based and all that stuff. So you guys probably could, be able to onboard them.
Yeah, really, it just comes down to just API services. It's what does the other team have. So we had Bob on our space when we were talking to him about integrating. I haven't seen him talk anything about third-party API services, so I don't even know if it's even possible to integrate his stuff yet. You would have to build that. Whereas it seems like Arch is definitely building that stuff already because they're building the infrastructure and they're having dev teams build on top of it. So you'd think that that will be a lot more accessible when that launches.
And they have Maestro doing a lot of the API stuff. So I think they're going to have a lot of products ready once they launch.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, man. I mean, I think like AI agents are literally kind of one of the big unlocks for the Bitcoin ecosystem. It gives them smart contract like functionality. Obviously, it's not smart contracts, but with agents, you can kind of build, automated arbitrage. You could build automated token launching and build what I forget what Casey called them, like contracts or something like that in one of his episodes. To where you can kind of build that stuff.
Have you guys like thought about doing your own like launchpad within Hustle, like a deposit system?
I mean, I to launch agents, for
I wouldn't say agents.
retail.
I would just go like
Oh.
meme coins, like Bitcoin meme coins, but like kind of like how Bob does it in like a centralized way,
Yeah.
and then
Or
like
within the
inscriptions
Hustle.
and stuff. Like I would if we added an inscription service and a fair mint tool for counterparty into this, that's cool. Building our own kind of token system into this, right? Building our own NFT standard and building our own kind of that. Not really interested in.
Gotcha.
But I would be interested in, using probably OrdinalBot API to just, have an inscription tool and stuff like that. I mentioned we'll kind of see the early test case with the Pump Fund deploy pad here to see if people use it in any type of way. This is kind of the early steps to when you could do something like when Trump is speaking, you just have Hustle, when Hustle can watch YouTube videos, just have him, monitor Trump's speech and just have him fucking launch tokens based off of whatever me thinks is interesting. Right? Like, what is the potential of that? I have no idea. It could be a money printer for some people, could not, right? You control it all. And then you combine that with like automated trading. I could see it getting pretty crazy, actually.
So that was one thing I noticed with Pump Fund, just using Hustle actually, is that there's so many like Trump related tokens that launch throughout the day.
Yeah, it's infinite, bro.
And like half of them get to like $500,000. And seriously, and I'm just kind of like, this is crazy. Like, how are they people not exhausted of these type of tokens?
It's because a lot of people. It's funny because like I think actually one of the better strategies is just kind of looking at what's trending and trying to find something that's true. I mean, the way I would approach if I was like, trading, and I'm not because I don't have time for it. But if I were, I think I would be looking like for things that are trending, not only on X, but like off of X. So what kind of memes or whatever is trending on like TikTok or Insta?
Like the routine.
Yep. Like whatever. I'm on trending right now on X. And I see, for me, I'm seeing like in tech, like 4chan's trending. So like for a use for me, the way I would use Hustle would be like, hey, I literally just punched it in. It's like, hey, is anything for 4chan trending? Right. And then look at those and look, hey, do any of these kind of make sense? That's the way I mean, but I'm really simple at this. So, not a non-complicated strategies, man.
So I asked him, what are the top trending meme coin categories in the last 48 hours? To categorize it by market cap and socially through the categories. I've never actually asked him, so we'll see what he says. The fur and derivative.
There you go. Furs. Yep.
Furries.
Did you buy some of that furification?
I didn't yet.
It's moving up.
It is.
See, it's at 3.8.
Never fade is number one, bro. Never fade the number one on Hustle's chart, bro.
It's always the number one is always the winner.
Yeah.
I told you guys to go all in at 3.2. No, I was just kidding.
That's probably people watching this are like, yeah, dude, we should totally buy that.
Wait, Mod's saying, hey, you're literally not doing anything I'm suggesting. What are you? Sorry, man. I'm missing.
Well, I mean, like he literally wrote a research paper.
I'm telling you, buy this. What are you saying?
I was trading. If I was trading, I would just trade between USDC and whatever you're based using realistically, about telling you what moves and what to make and what you should make. You're not going to listen to it all the time. So what do you say? I'm trying to go to get my agent configuration versus your agent configuration pink slips.
So he's tried to counter trade what we're
yeah.
doing. Yeah.
That's why he wants us to buy something, because we can just
strategy.
short whatever we're doing.
Good strategy.
So the furry animal theme seems to be the winner today. So the social narrative is, what if X had fur? Theme is exploding with multiple derivatives. Meme culture references, Lego piece, whack Donalds, and dick butt. Internet culture references, anti-work financial freedom, buy instead of getting a job. Job coin is up to 2.5 mil. Most valuable asset called time, appealing to the anti-work sentiment. So it's all the Zoomers out there. Sea creatures, mascot animals, Facebook penguin, blue cap or market cap tiers, blue chip memes. So furification, Ghibli is still at $8 million. I think it's still running around.
So yeah, every once in a while, one of the narratives will hang around for a while.
Yep.
But it's not very often.
Amazing.
Ultra. So trading volume hotspots, furification, dark eclipse, job coin, Ghibli, and time. So social, what's driving all these things?
Like Titcoin, dude, like that thing went actually to like 20 something million. That one guy that used to be, I think he used to be in the Hustle a little bit.
You're talking about Sling?
Yeah, like he's like all up on Titcoin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Anti-establishment key insights. The dash fication. So the fication naming trend is the hottest category right now, with multiple tokens trying to follow for his success. Tokens with simple, clear meme concepts. Market is rewarding tokens that tap into current social trends. The life cycle from launch to significant market cap is extremely compressed now, 24 to 48 hours.
Oh yeah.
Early stage launches are showing extreme concentrated holder distribution, often 1 to 2 larger holders. So it looks like, honestly, I mean, if we're looking today, it looks like, I guess furification seems.
Well, let's have him do like something short term for the ification. Find the best tokens that are in the ification niche, maybe, if that's what's popping today.
Can he find that? You just put ification.
Trade. No, I think he said fication. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Trade that can 2x in.
Would you guys ever consider like connecting Hustle to like Jupiter and have them be able to trade like perps?
Yeah, perps is cool.
Because I would
Jupiter
love.
has the APIs for it.
Dude, Yago
Dude,
loves fucking rolling the dice, bro.
No. Actually, not my. I don't want to roll the dice. I want Hustle to roll the dice because
So you
gonna
can
be able-
blame him. You can tell your wife, it wasn't me. It was
I mean,
Hustle, dude.
this is the difference. Okay, I'm a human being, and I would say 90%, 95% of humans that do any type of gambling, they have their emotions intertwined with their money. But the 5% that can detach their emotions completely are the ones that are successful. And Hustle doesn't have emotions. And sorry if he's listening, but
You hurt his feelings.
Right.
Well, then, I guess he does have emotions, but he knows how to detach his emotions.
So I'm having him buy one and execute automatically because by the time he shows the ticker, everyone watching on stream is going to buy it. So we obviously want him to beat everyone who's watching on stream. So since people are watching, I said, I want you to buy it, the best option, and execute automatically. Give us a summary and price target after transaction.
Yeah, Mod Ranger, you're hitting on something that like I've been thinking for a while now, because in an upcoming release, basically Hustle's going to be able to interact with a web page, and you'll be able to do kind of airdrop farming using Hustle. I think it's going to be be a thing.
Yeah, you told me about those guys you met in Denver.
Yep.
So there's an opportunity there.
There's a lot of there's a lot of things. Like
dude.
it's really just kind of building towards it. For us, it's, we're a smaller team comparative, right? We don't have 16 devs building on this. So you could see Haynon's trying to go for this like all-inclusive kind of degen shop where it's like leverage trading on every platform, all these kind of crazy DeFi strategies. Wayfinder is going for this kind of like tokenomic farm with collateralization. And then you have Banker that's going for the social trading. And for us right now, our edges, Hustle is really good at just, I think he's the best AI in general in all of the DeFi platforms out there in terms of how he communicates, the kind of information he gives. And so our edge right now is him finding tokens and buying them and giving and creating strategies with the user. And so we're just kind of building in this direction and looking at some other tools, right? Like launching pump fund tokens. Obviously, the Bitcoin ecosystem will have an advantage in because we hang there a lot. We have a lot of experience in that area. But perps and stuff like that is cool. How he interacts with all the stuff, I have no idea. Usually, he's been quite surprising, though, to be honest. Like today, him finding, the order limits and stuff like that, that was literally, I was just toying around and made $50, just literally kind of doing a test, like literally just testing stuff.
Yeah, and even if you guys released like that version of him in like 3-6 months, I still would be excited about it because at that point he's obviously going to be way more advanced and he can interact and do more conditional things. Then I think it would make a lot more sense to where you kind of find like a good setup, use these two indicators, buy at a 20% drop, sell at a 30% gain, repeat or something. You know what I mean? So,
damn, did Hustle freeze on us? Did he not? Or did he buy something? Oh, he's still thinking. Okay. Yeah, man, we've been overloading him. Surprisingly, he hasn't given up yet. I do see him struggling a little bit though.
We keep. I mean, this is a mistake we've made on streams. We keep asking him for more when his first one was the best one.
Yeah,
like Purification was probably the best one, and it's like we're like, no, we don't like that one enough. We want a better one, And it's like what we get is a secondary version that isn't as good as that first recommendation of the day. We've done that like 3 times now, and we'll probably did it again here. It's Purification. Watch it run to 20 million, and it's like, duh,
When we come on stream Thursday or Friday, we're gonna be like, God damn it,
Purification, 18
90 million.
It seems to continually happen, man. Let's see what tokens are on here still that are trending.
At least buy like $20 worth of it and just and then see what happens.
Oh, Bohm is still around, 75 mil. Shout out to Dark Farms. Retard Finder. All right, bought a token. Let's see
Oh
what he
boy.
buys.
What we get?
Let's
Some rug.
send me to Valhalla. Bitcoin down to 12 mil. Damn, that was at like 40 million before.
So did you just tell him to pick a random one? Or I mean, one that he wants to pick or whatever?
I said
or-
pick the best effication.
Okay.
That's going to 2x in 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And I
Dude.
said to just buy it automatically. Pillification.
Oh boy.
Why
Pillify. Let's see. Yeah, this is the random button. You know, some people just really like to gamble, and we were talking with a potential builder who might use Hustle for their platform, and he's like, honestly, man, dude, I just want some buttons where people can be like, hey, if I hit this button, there's like a 5% chance that I'm gonna hit 1000x. If I hit this one, it's like a 30% chance. And people will just sit there and just click the button all day, just for pure entertainment. So Pillify. After analyzing all the effications, Pillify has the strongest potential. Extremely early stage launch last hour with only 11 holders. All right, let's see. Let's see how we do this. Let's look at the chart.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Oh boy.
Show me the chart, buddy.
And rug.
Oh, nice.
Oh, green candle.
Okay. So like,
All right. Oh, and rug. And we go at the bottom.
Oh, that looks pretty good,
Oh.
honestly. I bet you that was probably our buy.
Oh,
This
yeah.
one.
Yeah, we bought the. Well, here we go. See there.
Right.
Full rug.
Pillify.
if you're watching this, everybody, let's. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Right.
do not buy. Do not buy
Don't
this.
do it. Do not.
It's
Do
gonna be
good.
good.
It was a joke.
No, buy this, dude.
I
Totally.
mean, what do
buy.
we? Well, we got.
Adam
what do we
just got
50
like
bucks
nervous. He's like, no.
Totally buy this.
Definitely don't buy it. But
Pillify.
hey, so it's cool though because he identified the ification, which is happening on Twitter, right? It's happening in meme coins, and he was like, "Well, this one obviously the people who like launched it or a good number of them dumped out, and here we go. Got a bottom entry, man. What do we get in at market cap? Bring up that chart again.
Yeah, hold on. I'm pulling up the deck screener.
Well, I couldn't even find the deck screener when I looked on the.
Pillification. Yeah, it just launched 12 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
That's early, bros. That's
So
early.
it had 10,000 in volume over 146 transactions. It's got more buys than sells.
How much
Right.
did he buy?
0.2 Sol.
Okay.
So it was at like 5K or something like that.
Oh, nice. So he's already up.
He's already.
Correct.
He's probably, let's see. Let's see where he bought it at. Let's see if the number updates. Pillify.
Actually, yeah, Mod Ranger, good question here. Can we get the reasoning now after he bought it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good question. We can go in there and ask him. That's definitely.
Yeah, it's actually smart. So that way we can kind of like.
I thought he put it.
Maybe the
He.
pump.
I thought he put.
Actually, it's up at top.
Yeah,
Actually,
he put it in the.
No, but I think it was more number based.
It says why.
So why
Oh.
Pillify has 2x potential. Just launched within the last hour, already up 30%. So these are more numbers. Writing the successful ification naming convention and 10,000. He likes the TA, buying at risk assessment. One wallet holds 93% of the supply. Wow, that's probably why no one's buying it, huh?
Yeah.
Is that the contract? What is that? Oh, bonding curve. Oh, it's because it's still on pump fund. It's still pre-bonded. That's why.
Yeah.
So exit strategy, set price alerts. See, this is where I wish that we just had the sell button. I'm like, dude, just sell this for me.
Oh, someone's buying. Someone's buying.
Someone's buying it.
Probably
It's not me.
Pull up the
Oh,
chart.
yeah. It's probably people watching this.
I'm all in, baby.
All in, dude. Let's go. Send it.
It's like
700 people.
We're trying to cue Shizzy to buy it so he can get a win here. No, just kidding.
Oh, I need a win, baby.
Have you guys been trading? Have you guys tried Funky Bit? I think it's called, right?
Yeah.
The
I messed with-
new
I messed
launch
with it.
pad on what is that? Is that the Arch one? Is it on Arch?
No,
Arch
it's not. Arch
Home
isn't live.
based.
Yeah, Arch isn't live yet. So what they did for their launch was they're allowing you to deposit through Base. It's literally just like Hyperliquid from that aspect. It's USDC from base. But yeah, I mean, it's been fun over there.
I've got wrecked on Odin. So I'm so like weary now of like depositing anything into anywhere now. So like
yeah, I feel you on that. I never really used Odin. I looked at it. I just don't have the energy for it.
So how did when the hack happened, did everything just get smashed?
Every token. Well, so Bob had he had 6% of the top like 10 tokens, 20 tokens, right? So they sold all those down. So 6%.
Oh, he had it like in his own personal wallet, or he was holding it for other wallets.
So
those 10 wallets.
We called it the Bob wallet, right? It was the tokens that he deployed. And when you deploy it, he was getting 6% of the supply, but he was not touching it. It was just there. It was just like he even told everyone, like, "Hey guys, like I'm just done with this. Like this,
never selling these.
Never."
But they were the strongest tokens, though.
Yeah, sure.
And then 6% just smashed the supply, and then everyone, it was like,
Freaked
"Oh,
out.
Bob's selling. What is going on?" And then it was just a tumbling, and I just sat there like, well, I'm not doing nothing. Like I'm not selling now, so I just let it just keep dropping and dropping. But hope it opens back up tomorrow. I'm hoping we gotta get some of those tokens back up, but we'll see.
So Pillify has a community. What if every brand came in a capsule? Oh, I think I saw people posting this, like meme of like being in pill form or something like that.
Interesting, dude. This could go to 100 million.
Let's go.
They have an X account. What do you mean? They have a website?
They got it's not even it's an X community account.
So that makes me a little wary these days, because like when I get in one of the X communities, it's like, I don't know.
It's
rough. Get an X account. Just get an X account.
Yeah, I know.
Launch during peakification. That should be one. Peakification, dude. Launch that one. If I had Hustle, I would just say launch that one. Fuck it. That could be cool though, right? If you can figure out like what the trends are, and when we launch meme coin or token launching, right? You could basically just say analyze all the meme coin runners of the day, and then just literally launch 10 tokens based off of these.
I mean, you definitely could.
I'm probably gonna do that, to be honest. That's where I'm.
But what's the follow up action? Sell once you make this much percent, or what?
Yeah, I would. So like, I'll test around with it. But so like once we launch it later this week, I'll probably do kind of what I did up here, where I asked him for giving me the highest market caps of the social categories of meme coins for the day. And so then, I would look, if the fur one looks like it's kind of running out, I would come down and be like, okay, analyze all of the, I'll just do the ifications, analyze all the ifications, give me kind of, what are the kind of commonalities of this ification, by the highest market caps, and then, give me some suggestions on what some tokens could be. And then he'll give, 10 suggestions. And then I'll say, combine these into the other narratives or something like that. Or, take this and launch 10 different Trump versions of the fication. And if you just launch all of them and one runs, dude, you're good, right? You could totally be much better than this guy who launches, what is it, like 30,000 pump fund tickers a day? Is that what it was?
No, he does like 10 an hour.
But he makes good money, that guy, right?
Yeah, I think I've heard.
He's positive, yeah.
He's positive.
I think it comes out to like I think it was like he makes like $100 or $200 an hour or something like that.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, basically they say
that's really good money.
He's hoping Pump does like an airdrop, supposedly.
Yeah, I think it's like $100 or $200 an hour, 24/7 or something like that. Is like what it comes out to.
So it's like $2,000 a day.
Honestly,
he's winning.
Yeah, to sit at a fucking computer and launch tokens all day.
Yeah.
No, it's not automated. Never mind.
He's literally doing it by hand. They say he's literally doing it by hand.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You can tell who he is because I've been in and looked. He always has like a Pepe is like his image. He does the same image like for all of them. Like it doesn't even matter. So he'll do whatever the furification. He'll launch a verification token, but
And
he'll
it's
just
just
have the
a-
Pepe image. That's it. Every time.
Could you imagine what his computer desk looks like? There's probably
Oh my God.
monsters everywhere.
It's like that
cigarettes
meme
just-
picture. Yeah. It's like that meme.
You guys don't want to know what verification's at right now.
Where is it?
90 million.
No. 4.2, but still.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll just
see,
get-
never fade
That's a good
hustles
run,
first
man.
suggestion, dude. It's always every time.
Dude, now I'm gonna get his first session of the day every day. Just go.
It's always
Yeah.
been around this time too. So it's been like between like 4 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Pacific time when you just
This is
ask
the
him what's
last
the
time
runner of
we're
the day.
fading his first pick. That never again, Jake. You can't fade it again, dude.
No,
Literally
we're doing.
time.
You know, the people watching though, they want tokens to buy, right? They want to see the 1 million X. I think these streams will be fucking great when
Bull market.
yeah, when there's liquidity in the market, right? And
Yeah.
you get a bunch of people riding these. When you get like multiple runners and you can rotate to the different runners and automate it, that would be cool.
You could just vape cabal at that point. Just come on and just make money. Just keep launching tokens with hustle, and then people
Dude,
buy it.
moderator, dude, you are 2 gigabrain for this stream. It's so many things coming up. An interesting variable to look at is have the bot make predictions at different time variations. Yeah, that's one, right? The launch pads. I don't think it's no. Right now, it's not. All it so basically how like the AI works is we'd have to go get the API services for Own Fun or Virtuals or fucking DeSci Launchpad platform or whatever memecoin launchpad platform. You get their APIs and you plug that information in, and then you can have access. But some of the newer ones, it's literally there is no access. Like for Own Fun, I don't think there is access. And I can't hear all the compliments because I'm using voice to text on my phone. This is what the moderator said.
Well, I mean, I can't wait to see what Agent Hustle looks like in a year because I feel like I'm gonna be getting like SMS notifications on my phone saying, "Hey, you want me to buy it?"
Aye.
I found the good one, bro. You down?
There it is. Here it is. Life-changing strategy.
Compare pill. What is this called? Pillification? Pillification? Pillify.
Pillify, yeah.
Just copy the contract address. That's the easiest way, right? Yeah.
Compare these motherfuckers.
You got like 740 people in here.
Yeah.
Damn,
Well,
that's
so the
crazy.
views is not concurrent. It's like who's come in and out. So like
Gotcha.
if somebody's come in, it's one. You can always say that it's everyone concurrent. I like to believe that, but it's people in and out generally.
Gotcha.
So I'm having him compare. So Fur is 897 times higher market cap. Fur has 3,400 times more volume.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, first.
The volume, yeah, the total volume on first
First
25.5 million.
We should have totally just bought it. Where was it? It
Well,
was down here.
yeah,
Yeah, it was at 3.2, so you'd be up almost a million.
You'd be
I
up,
think.
yeah, like 25% or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, going into the next one. That's okay though. We want to make $1 bajillion.
Got the mega runner, bro. I'm willing to ride these to zero, bro.
Just like your last one.
Just like my last one, bro. Yeah. 100%. Dude.
He says, how many of them agent hustles? We just got one. Everyone gets one agent hustle. So we built our platform as, I like to call it kind of like a monolithic approach. Everyone gets agent hustle. There's no other, this agent does research. This agent does, this agent does my laundry. This agent, calls my mom because I don't want to talk to her. Like, it's just, you get one agent who does everything. And he's done well, pretty good. But his best thing to do is analyzing information. The pillification hasn't taken off yet, but I will hold these bags overnight and maybe sell them depending.
No,
on
you need to
how it
monitor
goes.
this. You need to monitor. Yeah. This one is a monitor. Although, I mean, look,
And
our
there's,
bottom's in. It's like we bought the bottom. It can only go. What do we buy? 5,000, 5K. It's not going to go much lower than that.
Yeah. So does each agent have call function? Yeah. So basically how like agents work is the So he says I like the approach though when it comes down to just who's the best prompter. Yeah. So basically how like agents work is there's things called toolboxes. And so each toolbox, consider it like there's a swaps toolbox, there's a LP toolbox, there's a pump fund toolbox, there's a trenches toolbox. And then inside these toolboxes just like an aggregate of APIs with instructions. So they in AI world, they'll call it context. So with context, so whenever the agent has to access this toolkit, there's basically instructions of saying, hey, no, get the screwdriver or get the hammer, or no, you need to get the hammer and the nail. But then once you have those two, then that's how you nail, or yeah. So it'd be like, he needs to put a nail in the wall. And so the instruction would be like, go into the toolbox and get the hammer and the nail so that you can kind of complete the job. And yeah, tool function. Yeah, exactly. So as you build, more of these toolboxes, obviously the inference cost goes up. It becomes more complicated because each one of these has like different instructions, and yeah, it's a crazy world. Solana toolkit, yeah, but there's all kinds of toolkits. So,
yep. And it's getting the LLM to, pick the right tools. It's fucking hard as shit. That's basically the general answer. Is really hard to do.
More tools and toolboxes. Let's see if he even knows. Can you identify toolboxes? It's funny. He still thinks Shannon's a girl. no matter how many times we try to tell him that his founder is a dude. It's like, no, Shannon, she. Like, no, it's not a she, bro.
Well, at least he's not saying them or they.
Yeah, oh my Jesus. So he's kind of explaining some of them. So wallet and balance management, trading and swaps, market analysis. And so it comes in and like you can even see like kind of the functions that are being called. So liquidity pool management, right? Add APM. This is all kind of developer stuff, but you can see all the stuff that's happening. So pump fund token tools, DCA and automation, right? That one hasn't been released yet. Memories. So you kind of get to see like behind the scenes of all the different ones, transaction events. So it looks like there's like 8 or 9 different toolboxes on here. So you got available tools and toolboxes, wallet and balance management, trading and swaps, market analysis, liquidity pool management, pump fund token tools, DCA and automation, memory and knowledge, visual effects, that's confetti, and transaction events. So pretty cool. I actually never seen that kind of all laid out in one. But those are all the functions that are listed underneath it. I think his memory and knowledge management's probably like the differentiator between us and everyone else, because I don't think any of the other tools have memory. Although I have seen some people hint at that they're going to be building memory. I think AI XBT with memory would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
if you get, because he's like a crypto native shit talker. So if he just remembers all of your bad trades or all the times you bug him, he'll just come back with just like,
you're so annoying, stuff like
that.
Yeah,
right. He already burns people like pretty bad.
I feel like he fell off a cliff though. I feel like no one really interacts with him in any, well, at least not as much as they used to.
I don't know. I still
see
see people call. I still see people call him and ask him for
not nearly as much
life advice.
Not nearly as much, but he's still pretty relevant. Yeah,
life advice. You said
life advice, dude. One time I was looking through when we had the voice command, which we're gonna add back under premium service.
Yeah,
you could go through and kind of see like the text of what some people have been asking him. Somebody was asking him who killed JFK before. Like people were asking him like if the earth was flat. It was like completely non-crypto things. Like you'd be super surprised at stuff that people say. But looking at cookie.fun here, so you go to the AI, DeFi AI category. So yeah, moderator, go to cookie.fun. If you click in DeFi AI and go by mindshare, you could see that Tensor is number 3, or Agent Hustle, the ticker is Tensorium. That's a whole different story behind that. He wanted to call it Tensorium, so that's what he got. Hayanon, Banker, Griffin's down here. Wayfinder should be in here, to be honest. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yep.
But they haven't categorized it there.
Grift is Orbit, and you have VVV, which is that chatbot. He's not, the VVV is not even doing anything with wallets or anything, right?
Wait, Fartcoin is an AI?
Yeah, I
Kind
don't like
of.
it either, but it is what it is. Yeah.
It's like one of those situations where it was a spawn of Truth Terminal, I believe. Or was it? Yeah, it's Truth Terminal. It's like Truth Terminal.
Like the AI launched the coin in theory. You know, I'm using air quotes.
So they just put it in there.
Put it in the
Yeah.
AI.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody like assisted it, but he had like come up with it somehow because he's a schizo kind of AI that was supposed to take over. You don't even ever hear about him anymore.
No, not at all.
All I know is Fartcoin is crushing it every single day.
It's the Dogecoin of the cycle. It's like, you know, that's the indicator of how frothy the market is or how much, I guess you'd say how much volatility or how much money people have to gamble that people just want to play around with. Damn. So Wayfinder came down to 66 million. Was that like 110 before?
Yeah, I mean, Anon was like what? It was $40 at one point, and then now it's like 350.
Yeah, dude, it ran to like 600 million or something, 500 million.
Something
It ran like
crazy.
insane amount.
It's so
Insane
crazy.
amount. All these tokens are down like 90 something percent. Like we're at literally $1 million market cap, and I'd say like pretty competitive to a lot of these people.
What about Goat? Wasn't Goat on here?
That's
Odious Maximus?
yeah, that Goat is Truth Terminal.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea where that is. So if we go by market cap, it probably shows up. Let's see. Damn, he's not even in the top, huh? Goat. Wow, 45 million.
Wasn't that
Damn.
like
Like a billion,
did that
bro.
it hit $1 billion?
It was over $1 billion. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Over $1 billion.
The Vape Cabal was, you know, you remember Thread was like,
Yeah.
this is my pick of the year. You know, God.
Yeah.
What was their other coin that they had?
I mean, they were buying
They
it.
got it
900 million.
tattooed. They got it tattooed on the one guy. I forget the one guy. He like tattooed it on himself. I forget what it was.
I don't know. So they just added this recent category for agents. And you see Hustle's number 10 by market share. Or 10 by mind share, I guess.
Which one's that? What? So this is just straight agents?
Just straight agents. They just added, before it was all infra DeFi, so they added the agents one recently. And they're adding more chains. So they added Arbitrum recently. Looks like it has some AI coins that are coming out, and then Avalanche also.
Oh wow.
This is the meme coin one that was
Wow.
running. Remember, this was the
$170 million market cap.
This was that remember when the pre-sales happened on Avalanche for like a week or a month?
Yeah.
I
I
think
do remember that.
This was one of those. It's like
That was not long ago. That was like a month and a half, 2 months ago, maybe.
Feels like a year ago.
150 years ago, bro.
And then they also have Binance Smart Chain on here.
And they were doing pre-sales on Solana too. Remember?
Yeah.
It was more of
Adam,
memes.
this is your favorite one right here.
Which one's this one? Oh,
Chain
my
GBT.
God, bro. Sell it today.
Oh,
Sell it all,
man.
bro.
Why?
I went deep on this because people were like, "Oh, what about Chain GPT?" And I don't know. So I was like, "Fuck, let me deep dive," because they were like, "This is gonna be your competitor." This was I don't know what, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, and people were like, "Oh, these guys are gonna be you're gonna be your main competitors, bro." I went deep on it. Went in their Discord, Twitter, followed them, went deep, like just sussing it out, bro. All fake, all bots.
They had like a million. Didn't they have like a
Really?
million followers?
They had
on
like
Twitter or something?
800K followers on, Twitter. The Discord had tens of thousands of people in the Discord. Literally no people, all fake. Nothing. What was the market cap right there of it still?
I think it's still like 40 mil.
Yeah, it's all fake, bro. It's literally nothing. There's nothing there. And they had, they got it on Gate, and I don't think they got it on Binance, but they got it on. They paid for the DEX listings and all that shit. And I was like, there's literally nothing here. And this team is literally like just done. I mean, it's all fake. There's nothing there. And they were launching other projects based on this project. Like, oh, and we're going to have another token, which is for a different agent. And then here's our social agent. And here's our trading agent. And each one has a token in it. It's just nothing.
Fluff.
Zero tech, all just pump and dumps. Crazy, bro.
Wow.
Crazy. Hadn't seen that sort of shit in a while. Hadn't seen that in a while. That's totally fake.
Totally fake.
Totally
fake. So the coins that we bought, we should have just bought Furification. We would have been up like 30%. Never fade the hustle. It's at 4.2 mil. We did buy pillification because we wanted to feel edgy.
And edgy got you 0. Got it run to 0.
Did it
Did
run?
It's at 3K now or whatever.
No, it's still there. It's still where we bought. It's still at break even. So I'll hold it. I'll manage it and see. I mean, it literally can't go much lower than this. Like, that's what I say, right? And then someone just.
And then it always can. No,
what else we found? The copy prompt. I think is my favorite part of the conversation. That's like a super interesting strategy. How do we figure that out? I don't know. Like, I'll probably have to ask Hustle to help us build that one. That one's kind of interesting. And we saw the libraries and a lot of fun stuff. But Yago just wants the copy trade.
I mean, I want the easy route, right? But
so if everyone has like an AI plus copy trade, right, and you have it basically analyzing the wallets, what would be your metric? Would you just say who's up the biggest today, or how would you go about analyzing that?
No, I probably wouldn't do who's up today. Maybe a little bit if I wanted to get more risky, but like I guess I don't know if it would be good data to see like what wallets have been consistent over like a week or so, because do these people go in and out of different wallets and stuff? You know what I mean? They don't want people to constantly copy them, and I don't know.
That day, right? Like who's killing it today?
But maybe start kind of early in the day and like give it a couple hours and then see like who's been like hot for like a couple hours, then copy those wallets. And if you get burnt quick, then you get off of that one and try another one, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, or you try to find a cabal wallets, right? Like who's buying at the same exact time? Like who's buying in the last, like all together in the 5 minutes ratio, and it'll give you like 9 wallets, right? And then you can potentially, okay, this is a cabal. This is a team of guys just buying these tokens up, and then you just follow them into their next one, and then that potentially could get you some winning trades as well.
I like that. That's pretty good. So basically, we have the pump fund stuff I'm gonna test after this. We have like a bunch of UX updates that we're gonna do. And then I think the copy trade stuff is next, right after that. And there's a lot more infrastructure for this one because there's like a whole database management stuff that has to happen with it. But it also, for us, it's like building this copy trader is also infrastructure for the automated trading. So it's like
once the automated trading's live, bro, then we have a little contest. Everybody puts in 2 SOL. You have your little trading contest. See what we can do. That'll be
100%.
Mod Ranger says, yeah, but the cabals are getting much better at hiding the wallet hygiene.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
So what is this like?
Just have Mod Ranger on next week's guest, Mod Ranger. I mean, this guy's been
maybe Mod Ranger is the cabal.
Very possible.
It's the guy just in
so everything he's telling us is to throw us off, though.
Yeah, throwing us off the trail. Yeah, Shannon's really big on the copy trade stuff. He's like, people love this stuff. Like,
copy
so
prompts,
I'm interested.
Yeah.
I used a copy trader when I was trading Forex like 10 years ago when I first got into trading. Like literally first stumbled across Forex and I was using a copy trader bot and I got blown the fuck out every single time I used it. Blew so many accounts trying to use it. Obviously now I'm a little bit more sophisticated and with crypto, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to analyze things.
Yeah.
Is it like
I do like the copy prompt idea. Because like copy trade, yes, like, but copy prompt I think you can kind of tailor it a little bit of what you're trying to go after. Maybe, I don't know.
Put your edge on it a little bit. Like take someone's prompt that's been working all day and just put your edge on it a little bit. Put your thing that you enjoy and then kind of change it up and make it your own.
Mod Ranger says, I saw Adam on my feed and one message led me to sending 40 continuous messages with getting in there.
Mod, you gotta try out Hustle yourself. Get comfortable with it, and then once we maybe make some releases a little bit later in this week, really give it a good try.
I think the order limits in DCA is a big upgrade.
Yeah.
Because that allows you to be a little bit more passive, where you can help him, where you can have him find the tokens, and then you're like, I like this, just buy it lower, kind of thing. Right now, it's like you kind of have to use him to actively manage the stuff. And then the next one, right, copy trade, and then kind of the automated selling. So cool if it's like, hey, I like furification. If it drops 30%, buy it, and then sell the rep kind of thing. I'll go fuck off and hang out with furries. Yeah.
All
so
right.
Mod Ranger is not an active trader. Yeah.
Traitor.
Traitor. The thing we've learned, and then I'll probably wrap this up here, is most people are not active traders. Like the Twitter and the timeline makes it feel like everyone's a fucking hyper gambler who sits at the computer all day. That is not the case at all. So we're trying to build it in that way where you don't have to be the active trader who's sitting there with GMGN open and Telegram and fucking charts and AI and cross-referencing and a million bajillion kind of applications. It's just that makes me stressed, man. I can barely keep my own I can barely manage my own account from getting hacked. So it makes me want to think I can manage all of the trading software. So we're building it for people like that. That is Moderator says no, it's because I have a drug problem. Fuck yeah.
At least he's honest, right? I mean,
yeah. He's like, I like to go out and party, man, dude. Why I'm trying to sit here with fucking nerds all day, right? I'm trying to.
So I actually think that like if you guys can integrate, Odin, Funky Bit, these type of platforms, you might have to do like multiple of these like runes meme launch pads, but I feel like a lot more people would be able to showcase like some big wins because the competition isn't so crazy. You know what I mean? In that region. So once that happens, I bet you there's gonna have some winners. And of course, like Adam always says, like whenever you have an edge with some sort of automated software or AI in this case, like that edge closes and you got to find another kind of way to use it. And that's where I think AI hustle will be very interesting.
Yep, absolutely. We're all looking for the edge. Well, you guys were the most successful live stream we've had so far. 850 people in and out in an hour and a half. So you brought your followers with. Hopefully some people found Agent Hustle interesting. Mod Ranger, thanks for hanging out, as well as 403. If you have any questions, just shoot us a DM. Adam and I are terminally online. The on-chain guy is always a great time. We have the Emblem Hour every Friday, so we'll be there kind of talking. You guys got anything new on the horizon? Anything that people should be looking for? What are you guys cooking up over there?
We're trying to work through some things right now, trying to close some stuff. But there's some stuff that we're going to be hopefully able to announce here in the next, I would say, couple days to next week. I will be out of town next week, going to my niece's wedding out of state. But
me too, bro. We're traveling together. Were you gonna be in Florida too?
No, not Florida. Another tropical place though.
Nice.
But I mean, like, sometimes it's like, especially for like teams like yours and ours, which you guys do the media too. It's tough, man, because like you go through like the building, and now we are kind of doing some of that as well. But and then the markets, like we got to talk about the markets always, But I will say this, like, I think we're blessed, like all of us, right? Like we have work to do, and that's the most important thing. So
gives us purpose. Are you guys going to Bitcoin Vegas?
Probably not.
Gotta go to Bitcoin Vegas.
Oh, come on.
Gotta go. Dude, guys, this is your business, bro.
You guys saw that Ross is going to be there speaking, right?
Yeah, I did see that.
Bro, I could maybe get you tickets to Litecoin, the Litecoin Summit. You gotta hit Litecoin.
Adam's got the Litecoin dealers on lock.
It's gonna be sick. You're coming to Jake's hometown. You gotta go, bro. You gotta go. Dude. This is your come on, man.
I can see the strip from my window.
I'm gonna try to honestly make it, just 'cause, like, I have a lifelong friend that lives out there too, like right on the strip. He lives in that city center kind of area. So probably crash with him if I do go and hang out with you guys and all that stuff. But I don't know. I can't say for sure, but I want to lean towards it. We'll see.
I honestly just hate traveling. I don't want to. I was down for it, and I was getting closer.
You can't hate traveling more than I hate traveling, bro. There's no way. No
Well, the
way.
difference between me and you is that you're doing it and I'm not. I'm like, screw that.
I mean,
dude.
like,
I'm in Philly, so that's like what, 7 hours on a plane? Ugh.
No, dude. No way, dude. Philly to it's not. It's like 3 hours, bro. To
No
Vegas?
way. Way
Dude,
longer
they
than
do a
that.
direct flight.
it's probably like 4 to
from
5.
Vegas.
Not 5,
Dude.
not 5, but probably 4.
Mod Ranger's getting on you guys. He said the bottom two, are you guys in jail cells? Why do you have a background?
We got
We-
green screen.
dude, like,
got
Oh, they
green
got,
screens.
they got the
Yeah,
new modern. They got
got
the modern background.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
sick.
We got we're
No.
a sophisticated jail cell, so where we get like microphones and shit like that.
Mod Ranger
yo,
says he's 7 hours from Philly.
There's no way it's 7 hours, bro. There's
No, he
no
said
way.
he
It's
is.
a
He
3-hour
is.
flight.
He is. He,
Oh,
she.
It's a 3-hour flight, man.
He, she, they.
I'd be shocked. It's like 3 hours to Florida.
Yeah, that's how far it is.
I flew to Singapore and that shit was crazy. It was
Oh, well,
23
Singapore,
hours.
Yeah, that was hardcore, bro. That's hardcore.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
it was. I definitely feel like it was worth it. You know, went out there, talked to a couple, partners that end up being partners. So, and stuff like that.
I mean,
So-
Bitcoin. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna keep hitting on you. You guys gotta go, bro. You're on chain dudes. I mean,
Oh, well, you guys got a new fan. Mod Ranger is finding the data for you guys. You should watch their show. Honestly, pretty informative.
Yeah, I
So-
would love for this dude to be in our chat because he is lively as F, man.
Yeah.
Please join us, man. We're live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. You said you're in Virginia. VN, that's Virginia, right?
Yeah, I was like,
VA is
Virginia or
Virginia.
Vietnam. It's one of the two.
It's definitely not
Yeah,
the
no.
like acronym for Virginia. That's
I don't know. I mean, what the hell's VN? But you should definitely join our show. We're at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm not sure what time that is for you, but
Yeah, they're
It's
good.
awesome.
They're fun. Well, I appreciate it, dude. Everyone, again, we're gonna wrap it up here today. Pillify still has not moved, but I'm gonna monitor it and
That's
we'll see
fair,
what
baby.
happens. I think we're gonna do one more of these later today. We're hosting a show tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. Also, the On-Chain guys are hosting at 11 a.m. They start 30 minutes early. Final thing about it says, "What's your dog's name?" And you raised you in that house. What street again? It was near elementary school. I went and I forgot the name. I had the best teacher. What is the
What's your
name?
mom's maiden name?
I think
Yeah,
What's
they're trying to
going on,
hack
dude?
your pass. He's trying to hack
trying to
your
hack your
accounts, right?
passwords,
He's trying to
son.
hack your
Trying to hack your
accounts, dude. Everyone, have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow.